Hello dear students, this is introductory part of John Milton's poem on his blindness. I am Sanju Hazria, Assistant Professor of English at Government College Ratangad, and this poem is included in BA Part First, Paper First by Maharaja Ganga Singh University, Bikaner. So first of all, introduction of the poet, and John Milton's introduction is given in this introductory part. John Milton was born in London on December 9, 1608, into a middle class family. So, he was born in London on 9th December 1608. He was educated at St. Paul's School, then at Christ's College, Cambridge, where he began to write poetry in Latin, Italian, and English, and prepared to enter the clergy. After university, however, he abandoned his plans to join the priesthood and spent the next 6 years in his father's country home in Buckinghamshire, following a rigorous course of independent study to prepare for a career as a poet. His extensive reading included both classical and modern works of religion, science, philosophy, history, politics, and literature. In addition, Milton was proficient in Latin, Greek, Hebrew, French, Spanish, and Italian, and obtained a familiarity with Old English and Dutch as well. So he was a great scholar. During his period of private study, Milton composed a number of poems including On the Morning of Christ's Nativity, on Shakespeare, El Allegro, Il Penseroso, and the pastoral elegy Lycidas. In May of 1638, Milton began a 13-month tour of France and Italy, during which he met many important intellectuals and influential people, including the astronomer Galileo, who appears in Milton's tract against censorship, Areopagitica. In 1642, Milton returned from a trip into the countryside with a 16-year-old bride, Mary Powell. Even though they were estranged for most of their marriage, she bore him 3 daughters and a son before her death in 1652. Milton later married twice more, Catherine Woodcock in 1656, who died giving birth in 1658, and Elizabeth Minshull in 1662. During the English Civil War, Milton championed the cause of the Puritans and Oliver Cromwell and wrote a series of pamphlets advocating radical political topics, including the morality of divorce, the freedom of the press, populism, and sanctioned regicide. Milton served as Secretary for Foreign Languages in Cromwell's government, composing official statements defending the Commonwealth. During this time, Milton steadily lost his eyesight and was completely blind by 1651. He continued his duties, however, with the aid of Andrew Marvell and other assistants. After the restoration of Charles II to the throne in 1660, Milton was arrested as a defender of the Commonwealth, fined, and soon released. He lived the rest of his life in secularism in the country, completing the blank verse epic poem Paradise Lost in 1667, as well as its sequel Paradise Regained, but Paradise Lost was most popular work by Milton, and the tragedy Samson Agonistes both in 1671. Milton oversaw the printing of a second edition of Paradise Lost in 1674, which included an explanation of why the poem rhymes not, clarifying his use of blank verse along with introductory notes by Marvell. He died shortly afterwards on November 8, 1674 in Buckinghamshire, England. Paradise Lost, which chronicles Satan's temptation of Adam and Eve and their expulsion from Eden, is widely regarded as his masterpiece and one of the greatest epic poems in world literature. Since its first publication, the work has continuously elicited debate regarding its theological themes, political commentary, and its depiction of the fallen angel Satan, who is often viewed as the protagonist of the work. The epic has wide-reaching effect, inspiring other long poems such as Alexander Pope's The Rape of the Lock, William Wordsworth's The Prelude, and John Keats' Endymion, as well as Mary Shelley's novel Frankenstein, and deeply influencing the work of Percy B.C. Shelley and William Blake, who illustrated an edition of the epic. Now, summary of the poem, and our today's poem is On His Blindness by John Milton. So, On His Blindness, poet John Milton explores his experiences with blindness and religious faith. Milton went blind working for the English Republic. His service to the government required that he extensively read and write. This caused him to lose his sight at the age of 44. The poem takes the form of a Petrarchan sonnet. These traditionally focus on love and romance, but Milton subverts this in order to explore his relationship with God. Milton fears that his blindness will prevent him from doing God's work. The personification of patience tells him that even his idleness is useful to God if he continues to have faith. John Milton's poem On His Blindness is an autobiographical sonnet. He has written about himself, so it is autobiographical sonnet in which Milton meditates on his own loss of sight. For most of his life, Milton had been able to see perfectly, but his late night reading and writing on behalf of the government of the short-lived English Republic, in which he held a very prominent position, helped ruin his eyesight. This sonnet, written in the Petrarchan rhyme scheme associated with the 14th century Italian poet Francesco Petrarca, is divided into an 8-line octave and a 6-line sestet. The octave rhymes ABBA, ABBA. The sestet rhymes CDE, CDE. The sonnet is therefore a typical Petrarchan sonnet in form, but in subject matter the poem departs from the topics usually associated with Petrarchan's poems. Petrarch, the English version of Petrarca's name, was most famous for writing about love. Milton departs from that conventional topic to deal with a very practical, very physical problem, but a problem with many broader spiritual implications. The poem is about the poet himself, as it is autobiographical poem. He became blind at an early age, which he calls as half of his life. Due to blindness, the whole world is dark and gloomy. The gift of being a creative writer and poet, which has been accorded to him by the God, is now useless for him. Though the gift or skill given to him by the God would remain with him till death, but he will not be able to use it. As God has taken away his eyesight, he has become more submissive and wants to serve God with his poetic power. He was greatly inclined to write poetry in praise of God and present to him a true account of his writings. He wants to do this so that God may not snub him after his death. He mildly wants to ask God that how can be required to do work equal to any normal person in spite of his total blindness. In the answer to this heartfelt feeling of the poet, his conscience comes to his rescue to tell that he must keep patience, as God does not want anything from man. God's kingdom is very rich and splendid. Thousands of angels are every time ready to act on God's command. They carry out God's wishes on land and sea without rest. The mortals on earth cannot serve God at this speed, so they must wait in silence for his mercy. Milton says that those who are not able to serve God should simply stand in service of God and wait for their chance to receive the mercy of God. On His Blindness is one of the finest sonnets in English poetry. It is an autobiographical sonnet and brings before us the personality and character of the blind poet John Milton. Milton became blind in 1652 when he was 44 years of age. Milton's life was full of gloom and despair, and he was overcome by sadness and grief. At this time, his learning of religious and biblical literature came to his rescue. His faith in God and religion comes forth in this sonnet. His strong faith in God and belief in the benignity come to help him. The God always shows mercy on everyone. This philosophy is very near to Indian philosophy of the Vedas and the Bhagavad, which teach man to do his duty towards God and society and have faith in the deeds of God. Everything done by God is essential and is being done for ultimate good of mankind. Milton is also conscious about his life after death. In spite of being blind, he wants to make use of his poetic power so thus after death, when he is presented before God, the God may not reproach him. When his inner self tries to make a complaint against God as to how he could be able to do full work when he is blind, he is shown the right path by patience. Patience, if being personified in the poem, Patience tells him that God would not make query about his work, as God has thousands of very efficient angels who work to carry out commands of God all the time, over land and sea without taking any rest. Patience advises that a man should accept all the pleasures and pain afflicted by God, and in spite of being in pain, one should not complain and bear them in spirit of calmness. The last line of sonnet explains the purpose of the poet. One should have devotion and faith in God and work with all his capacity and wait patiently for mercy of God. There are the true devotees of God who do not complain and silently wait for their turn to have mercy of God. So we should have faith in God. This is the conclusion of this poem, and this shows the patriarchal thinking, the Puritan thinking of Milton. So I think you understood it, and in my next video I will explain this poem. Thanks for watching this video.